Have you ever taken a trade where everything looked perfect, clean market structure, all your confirmations were lined up, the setup looked so good, you felt confident clicking buy or sell, and then boom, it hits your stop loss. You sit there staring at the chart thinking, what did I do wrong? If that's ever happened to you, it's not just you. It used to happen to me all of the time. And the worst part was that I wasn't doing anything that was technically wrong. I wasn't revenge trading. I wasn't over leveraging. I was actually following my plan, but I was missing one key thing. See, most traders think that their entries fail because of bad psychology or poor risk to reward. So they actually make their stop loss smaller, or they just jump to a new strategy, add new indicators, but none of that fixes the core issue. You're not losing because your strategy sucks. You're losing because you're entering in at the right levels in the right markets, but at the wrong time. You're trading in a way that feels logical, but it's out of sync with what the market is actually doing on the higher time frames. This is all based on market structure. Once I understood this, it changed everything for me. Let me break this down in the simplest way possible. Every trader needs to have an anchor time frame, a time frame that acts as your compass. So if you're constantly switching between the 5-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour, and the 4 hour, without one of them actually being your home base, you're just gonna stay confused. It's like looking at 3 different maps, which all show a different direction. One says to go left, one says to go straight. So it's like, what do? You get stuck and you hesitate. And every time you hesitate in trading, that leads to losses because then you end up taking the trade too late. So for me, if I'm swing trading, I'm gonna use the 4-hour time frame as my anchor time frame. And all of my trades have to agree with the direction of the 4-hour time frame. So that's what it means by that being my anchor. That's gonna be like my main analysis time frame. Because if you don't have that, your strategy is gonna fall apart. So this is what we're gonna fix next. So for me, it's best when a strategy or a trade fits at least 3 different time frames. You have a lower, a middle, and a higher time frame. Think of if you were building something, if you were building a house, you have the foundation down here, you have the actual structure itself, and then you have the roof up top. You need to have every single one of these parts set up right. You can't just have a foundation or you can't just have a roof. You need to use, for example, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily time frame. And they all need to be in sync for the trade to make sense. So let's say you have your entry analysis, your entry criteria dialed in. How do you actually decide what timeframes to use? That's what we're going to talk about now. So this is one of the hardest parts for most traders. And this is knowing when to do nothing. Just because you have time frame alignment, on some, let's say you have the 1 hour and the 4 hour, it doesn't mean that you're going to have it on all the time frames. And when you don't have it on all of them, you should simply just skip and not trade that pair. Because what's gonna happen is that you're gonna have some time frames that show bullishness, some that show more bearish pressure. You can't just trade based off of one just because you want to take a trade to make money. You need to instead wait for it all to align perfectly. Let's say you have the 15-minute time frame as bullish, but the 5-minute is a bit choppy. Just wait for the 5-minute to align and show the same thing as the 15-minute and as the 1 hour time frame, for example. But this is when most people try to force a trade. They'll just take the trade because they're like, I have this one time frame that's bullish, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy. But when you're trading like this, you're flying blind. It's like trying to hop on a train that's going in the opposite direction. You're trying to trade against what the market's actually showing you. Remember, price action is happening in real time, and it's the best indicator that you have to enter the market. In real time, it's showing you where the market is going. So now that you kind of understand this concept and you understand the full picture of what it is that I'm explaining, I'm actually gonna get on the chart right now and show you some real examples of what I'm trying to explain to you so you can actually start using this to catch real winning trades. So let's get into it. All right, so onto the charts here. We have a setup on Euro JPY. So this right here is a 1 to 2.55 risk to reward ratio. Now, what makes this trade in particular so special and what makes it worth trading? So let's say you were in the market, you actually saw this one for yourself. What would make you decide to even pull the trigger on this trade in the first place? Let's follow that same concept and that same idea that I talked about in the beginning of this video, time frame alignment. Let's use 3 time frames to really make this as simple as possible. You know what? I'm even going to remove all of the other time frames from my chart to keep this as simplistic as possible. So we have 3 time frames here, the daily, the 4-hour, and the 1-hour chart. Let's start off on the highest one. Let's analyze Euro JPY right now on the daily chart. All right, so what do we see here? As you see, I have some previous drawings here, but if I could just take this off real quick, we'll see very clearly that we are in a bullish trend, because even since March of 2025, which at this point right now, that's like 10 months ago. That's almost a year ago. We have been above every single daily candle, has pretty much closed above, except for this one right here, above that 50 moving average, which just shows us that it's trending. So we have been consistently trending on the daily time frame. I don't usually go back this far on the daily chart, but it's just to show you the sheer consistency of this trend. It has been going on for a very long time. So it's safe to say in the long term and even in the short term on the daily time frame, even if we just looked at these candles right here, it's safe to say that that is definitely more on the bullish side. Why do I say that? Even though it almost looks like we're kind of consolidating in here. Well, I say that because the size of the bullish candles are significantly larger than the size of the bearish candles. This shows us that there is a lot more buying pressure than selling pressure, which means the buyers are still in control. There is still more buying pressure because every time a bullish candle forms, it is significantly more volatile and with more momentum than when the market goes down. So safe to say that the daily time frame is on a bullish trend. You can also see when this setup right here was taken, when it was actually taken, this was a strong bullish candle at the time of entry, which once again, if we're breaking above this little area of resistance, which I'm going to show you on a separate time frame how it looks a lot better, we have a strong candle that is engulfing the past 3 daily candles. Then obviously it's safe to say that the daily time frame is showing upside potential. Now, we've basically broken down the daily time frame. Usually I would write down here, daily equals bullish, just as a mental note to know that the daily time frame is bullish. Here I'm not going to write it down because, we're just going 3 simple time frames and we don't have to actually write down every single confluence, just to keep this video as simple as possible. 4-hour time frame. This one a little bit tricky because if you zoom out here on the 4-hour time frame, you have almost what seems to be a bearish trend. Why? Because we have that high up there, this low, and then we have this high. Well, this high, isn't it lower than the previous one? Yes, it is. And this low, isn't it technically lower than this one? Yes. So this would mean that this is by definition a bearish market structure. However, I will say that here we had a break above this area of resistance. We then pulled back, giving us an entry opportunity above the moving average. So this is something that you can consider to be a reversal or a shift of structure in the market. Now, I have certain ways of knowing when it's going to be a real shift of structure and when it's just making a deeper pullback to then continue the overall trend. And you have to make sure you know what you're doing when you're trading these reversals. If you're not very experienced and you don't have as many tools to tell you when it's going to happen and when it's not going to happen, then I recommend waiting for an additional higher low to get formed before then continuing. But let me not confuse you with that because that's honestly not necessary for right now. What matters is just simply seeing this reversal pattern and seeing the fact that we had an area of resistance which the market broke out of. Now that's right here at 183.400. Right there, the market was able to break above and then it pulled back right into that moving average. Perfect. And then you can see how the market went up from there. But overall, 4-hour time frame, shifting to the upside. Therefore, that is bullish. So the 4-hour aligns with the daily. So far, we have 2 out of the 3 timeframes in our favor. Let's check the last one, because if we can verify that the 1-hour chart shows us this, then we're safe to take a trade. 1-hour chart, I'm going to zoom in here a bit more, you always want to zoom in to get as much detail on the price action as possible. So many people, I see them, even people that supposedly make a lot of money trading, but people are looking at the chart like this. But when you're like this, for that, you would just switch to a line chart because it doesn't show you anything. It's useless. What you want to do is you want to zoom in because every single candle tells you a story about what is going on. And if you need to see more data, all you simply do is just switch to a higher time frame. So this is something that's very important. Zoom in on your charts. Once you're zoomed in and you see all of this price information, all right, well, what do we see? We have like a bearish trend line right here, which also happens to follow our 50 EMA. This is why I don't really put trend lines on my chart because the 50 EMA does it for me. But let's say you draw it up here. All right, we get a break of that trend line. We break above, once again, a 4-hour area of resistance because this is on the 4-hour where we found it. All right, so we have a 4-hour area of resistance right here. We broke above it. Perfect. 1-hour chart is obviously trending to the upside at this point because look how many 1-hour candles we have that are bullish. We pull back, we don't pull back all the way to the EMA, but that's fine because it is on the 4-hour EMA. And we have some type of little rejection here, indecision at the area of support before the market goes bullish. Overall, 1-hour time frame, we broke outside of a trend line. We have a lot of bullish candles, and we have a simple and natural pullback on the 1-hour chart to then go higher. So we have the 1-hour chart, 4-hour, and daily time frame alignment right there, and it played out beautifully. All right, so we have one here on Euro NZD, where if you look at the daily time frame, starting off once again, we have a bearish trend. Now, the reason why this is bearish is because you have this high up here, and then you have this high, which is simply just a Fibonacci pullback before the market continuing to the downside. So what does it mean? It means the daily time frame is going to be considered bearish here. Now, if I really zoom out, we'll see the market has been in somewhat of a consolidation for like the past 5 months, but we're not going to really look at this too much. We're actually going to zoom in. Most of the time you want to look at the most relevant daily candles as possible, which is going to be like the past, 5 to 10 candles. And you're going to see what recent price action has been doing. Specifically, what I'm seeing here is this movement down right here. Let me actually make this chart bigger. All right, so we have this movement to the downside, very strong movement. We try to come back up, but as we are trying to go higher, we're leaving top wicks, which shows that we are rejecting the upside. Of course, if the market rejects the upside, that is a bearish sign, especially this candle right here. I have a whole video coming out on candlestick patterns. If by the time you're watching this video, that is already uploaded onto my channel, go check it out because it's going to teach you more about these candlesticks and why these patterns are so important. But right here, we have a bearish rejection pattern, and then we get our candle itself. Entry is on the bearish candle. It's not on a bullish candle. Entry is only after this candle has started to print bearish. Now let's head into the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour chart. Once again, we have this high, this low, this high, and now we're expecting the market to make a lower low somewhere down here around the 2.01500 area. Why this area? Because it makes sense for market structure to go down there. Just trading based off of the laws of market structure, which it repeats over and over. And of course, if you drag it to the left, you'll find that it also happens to magically land on an area of support. This almost always happens. Almost always it's going to land on an area like this, which is why TP is even more important to place it based on market structure than it is sometimes to place it off of support. Because right now, if I find the support down here and I place my take profit down here, market structure doesn't say that we have to come all the way down there. Anything could happen by then. We could literally just come down here and then start to go back bullish. So you want to place it where it has the highest chance of winning while still giving you a nice positive risk to reward. And of course, if you want to take your profit before then at a 1 to 2, then there's nothing wrong with that. So what do we have here? Before we can take this entry, we need to confirm the 3 time frames. We've already confirmed the daily. Let's make sure that the 4-hour is the correct, it's actually set up the correct way to take this entry. Well, what I see is rejection right here. So I see the rejection patterns to the upside. I see some indecision here. That's another candlestick pattern. So those are two very good confirmations that the market is about to go down. Last time frame. One of the main confirmations here, as the entry was occurring, we were able to break below this area of support on the 1 hour chart. And we're also able to break below the 50 EMA. So once you have that, it's pretty much confirmed that all of the time frames here are bearish. Now, on the 1 hour chart, you may see that you have a low here and a higher low. You have a high and a slightly higher high. This is, of course, bullish. This is not what you want to see if you expect the market to continue. But there's a couple of things that can help you out here. First of all, you have a lower high, right? This is not confirmation of the shift itself, but it's a good sign. Then you get the break of the actual higher low itself with the entry. So as you're entering, the market is actively breaking below this important low, which basically signifies that you're gonna get a shift of structure. Even though it's not confirmed yet, it indicates, it gives you a hint that it's gonna happen. So all in all, the 1 hour chart, especially when you consider strong bearish candles like this is what I would consider to be a strength candle, followed by rejection candles and a bunch of indecision candles. All of these three patterns right here of candlesticks, I mean, it's pretty obvious where the market's going to go after that. And then especially when you combine it with the 4 hour and daily chart. So hopefully you guys understood this concept a little bit better now after actually seeing it on the chart itself. All right, so let's actually bring it all together. If your entries have been failing, even when everything looked right, it probably had nothing to do with your risk management or your psychology. You just weren't aligned with the market. So today you learned, how to set a clear anchor time frame so you always know your bias. You learned how to use the 3 time frames together to get a 10 times better entry and a 10 times better trade. And you learn how to enter the market only when all the time frames are actually aligned. Most traders are switching from strategy to strategy, trying to find the magic trick, but they don't realize that timing is the main thing that they need to fix. So now that you're walking away from this video, you're walking away with a clear system and you have the information that you need to go out there and make money. No more blind entries, no more anything like that. I'm gonna pop up a video here on the screen so you guys can check it out. I highly recommend it. And let me know in the comments below what you wanna see next. And I'm also working with traders one-on-one, getting them profitable and getting them funded to get payouts. If you're interested in that, check the link in my description as well. I'll see you in the next one.